Are we all in?
Looks that way.
Excellent. So, hello, and welcome to Stream the Stage's first ever show. And tonight we will be performing John Ford's rather controversial play, "'Tis Pity She's a Whore." So this show is definitely 18 plus due to language, violence and themes. So please be aware of that if you have any small ears who might be with you. My name is Annabeth Westerman-Blake and I'm the founder of Stream the Stage. And welcome to Stream the Stage's first ever show. And tonight we're going to be using our platform to raise an awareness for the Brookside Theatre in Romford. And I'll be telling you more about that in the interval. On to our amazing cast for this performance. First up, we have my lovely pal, Alex White, who will be playing Friar Bonaventura.
Hiya, yes, as was mentioned, I am Alex White, and I'm echoing back through someone's microphone, I think. I trained at Central a depressing amount of time ago, and I am currently based, or I suppose I should say trapped in London. That's about it.
Okay.
Who's next?
Up next is Tom Clare as Giovanni.
Hi, I'm Tom Clare, and I finished East 15, the MA, with a bunch of these lovely people last year, and now I'm attempting to be in the industry, and it's great. And I'm in Woolwich at the moment in London. It's very quiet.
I will be playing the role of Annabella. Shaun Amos is playing Florio.
Hi there, yeah, I'm Shaun. I recently graduated from East 15, also with a lot of this lovely bunch and some other new great guys from Central. And yeah, I'm also based in London, right next to a very quiet Oxford Street.
Our mate Ali couldn't be here today, unfortunately, but luckily we have someone stepping in for the role of Poggio alongside his original role as Soranzo. That is Mr. George Alexander.
Hello, I'm George Alexander. I also trained at East 15 and graduated last year. I'm based in London, but I'm currently stuck in Coventry, as wonderful as that is, and I'll be Soranzo and Poggio for you today.
Next up is Amanda Elizabeth Rischel as Putana and Officer.
Okay, I'm Amanda, also an East 15 graduate of last year, and also currently stuck in London, but that means we can do this show.
Yes. We've got Ashley Hodgson as Vasques.
Hello, my name is Ashley. I'm going to be playing Vasques. I'm in East Finchley at the minute, listening to a lot of Nile Rodgers. Not now, obviously.
We've also got Em Thane as Grimaldi.
Hi, I'm Em. I'm another one of the East 15 bunch, and I live in London, but I am currently in South Wales.
We've got Anna MacArthur as Hippolita.
Hiya, I'm Anna MacArthur. I'm also an East 15 grad, and I am London based, but I'm staying in the lovely Bristol for now.
Anant Varman as Richardetto.
Hello, I'm Anant. I also trained at East 15 with many of these people. I am originally from Central India, and now I'm based in London. And right now I am talking to you from the bowels of Essex.
Patrick Marciano as Bagetto.
Oh, hi there. I'm Patrick, and I'm an Italian actor trained at East 15 together with these guys, and I'm based in London.
Emily Millwood as Philotis and Cardinal.
Hiya, I'm Emily. I again trained at East 15 on the MA and did a little BA at Exeter before that, so shout out to any of my Exeter peoples watching. Yeah, I'll be playing Philotis and Cardinal for you today.
And last but certainly not least, the lovely Andrew Bennett as Donato.
Hi, I'm Andrew Bennett. I did not train at East. I'm a graduate of Royal Holloway, University of London, many moons ago. But yeah, I'll be playing Signor Donado today, and yeah, I'm also based in London.
So, we are your players, the screen is our stage, and we hope that you, the audience at home in isolation, enjoy the show. This is John Ford's His Pity She's a Horse.
Such questions, youth, are fond. Far better 'tis to bless the sun than reason why it shines. Yet he thou talkest of is above the sun. No more, I may not hear it.
Gentle father, to you I have unclasped my burdened soul. Must I not do what all men else may, love?
Yes, you may love, fair son, why foolish madman.
Shall a peevish sound, a customary form between man and man, of brother and sister, be a bar twixt my perpetual happiness and me? Say that we had one father, one womb, curse to my joys, gave both us life and birth. Are we not therefore each to other bound, so much the more by nature, by the links of blood, of reason, nay, if you will have it, even of religion, to be ever one soul, one flesh, one love, one heart, one all?
Have done, unhappy youth, for thou art lost.
Shall then, for that I am her brother born, my joys ever be banished from her bed? What cure shall give me ease in these extremes?
Repentance, son, and sorrow for this sin, for thou hast moved a majesty above with thy unranged almost blasphemy.
Oh, do not speak of that, dear confessor.
Oh, Giovanni, hast thou left the schools of knowledge to converse with lust and death? For death waits on thy lust. Look through the world, and thou shalt see 1,000 faces shine, more glorious than this idol thou adorest. Leave her and take thy choice. 'Tis much less sin, though in such games as those they lose that win.
It were more easy to stop the ocean from floats and ebbs than to dissuade my vows.
That I have done, and in thy wilful flames already see thy ruin. Heaven is just. Yet hear my counsel.
As a voice of life.
Hie to thy father's house, there lock thee fast, alone within thy chamber. Then fall down on both thy knees and grovel on the ground. Cry to thy heart, wash every word thou utterest in tears, if it be possible, of blood. Beg heaven to cleanse the leprosy of lust that rots thy soul. Acknowledge what thou art, a wretch, a worm, a nothing. Weep, sigh, pray 3 times a day and 3 times every night. For 7 days' space do this. Then, if thou findest no change in thy desires, return to me. I'll think on remedy. Pray for thyself at home, whilst I pray for thee here. Away, my blessing with thee. We have need to pray.
All this I'll do to free me from the rod of vengeance, else I'll swear my fates, my God.
Come, sir, stand to your tackling. If you prove craven, I'll make you run quickly.
Why, slave, thinkst thou I'll balance my reputation with a cast suit? Call thy master, he shall know that I dare.
Gold like a profession. Thou poor shadow of a soldier, I will make thee know my master keeps servants thy betters of quality and performance. Comest thou to fight or to prate?
Neither with thee. I am a Roman and a gentleman, one that have got mine honour with expense of blood.
You are a lying coward and a fool. Fight, or by these hilts I'll kill thee. Brave, my lord! You'll fight?
Provoke me not, for if thou dost...
Have it you! Ugh. Ah.
What means these sudden broils so near my doors? But is this your love, Grimaldi? Fie, 'tis naught.
And Vasques, I may tell thee 'tis not well to broach these quarrels you are ever forward in seconding contentions.
What's the ground?
That with your patience, signors, I'll resolve. This gentleman, whom fame reports a soldier, for else I know not, rivals me in love to Signor Florio's daughter, to whose ears he still prefers his suit. to my disgrace, thinking the way to recommend himself is to disparage me in his report. But no, Grimaldi, though maybe thou art my equal in thy blood, yet this betrays a lowness of thy mind. Which, wert thou noble, thou wouldst as much disdain as I do thee.
And had not your sudden coming prevented us, I had let my gentleman blood under the gills. I should have wormed you, sir, for running mad.
I'll be revenged, Soranzo.
Oh, on a dish of warm broth to stay your stomach, do, honest innocents, do. Spoon meat is a wholesomer diet than a Spanish blade.
Remember this.
I fear thee not, Grimaldi.
My lord Soranzo, this is strange to me. Why you should storm when you have my word engaged? Owing her heart, what need you doubt her ear? Losers may talk, by law of any game.
Yet the villainy of words, Signor Florio, may be such as would make any unspleen dove choleric. Blame not my lord in this.
Be you more silent. I would not for my wealth. My daughter's love should cause the spilling of one drop of blood. Vasques, put up. Let's end this fray in wine.
How like you this, child? Here's threatening, challenging, quarrelling and fighting on every side, and all is for your sake. You had need look to yourself, charge. You'll be stolen away sleeping else shortly.
But, tutoress, such a life gives no content to me. My thoughts are fixed on other ends. Would you leave me?
Leave you? No, marvel else. Leave me no leaving, charge. This is love outright. Indeed, I blame you not. You have choice fit for the best lady in Italy.
Pray do not talk so much.
Take the worst with the best. There's Grimaldi, the soldier, a very well-timbered fellow. They say he's Roman, nephew to the Duke Montferrato. I like him the worse. He crinkles so much in the hands. Though he might serve if there were no other men, yet he's not the man I would choose.
Fie, how thou pratest!
As I am a very woman, I like Signor Soranzo the best. He's wise and what is more, rich, and what is more than that, kind, and what is more than this, a nobleman. Such a one were I the fair Annabella myself, I would choose. Then he's bountiful, besides he is handsome, and by my troth I think wholesome, and that new talent of 320. Little that I know, lovely that you know, and a man sure, else he never could have purchased such a good name with Hippolita, the lusty widow, in her husband's lifetime. And 'twere but for that report, sweetheart, would he were thine. Commend a man for his qualities, but take such a one for your bed, and such a one is Signor Soranzo, my life for it.
Sure, the woman took her morning's draught too soon.
Oh, but look, sweetheart, look what thing comes now. Here's another of your ciphers to fill up the number. Oh, brave old ape in a silken coat. Observe.
Didst thou think, Poggio, that I would spoil my new clothes and leave my dinner to fight?
No, sir, I did not take you for so arrant a baby.
I am wiser than so, for I hope, Poggio, thou never heardest of an elder brother that was a coxcomb. Didst, Poggio?
Never indeed, sir, as long as they had either land or money left them to inherit.
Is it possible, Poggio? Oh, monstrous! Why, I'll undertake with a handful of silver to buy a headful of wit at any time. But, sirrah, I have another purchase in hand. I shall have the wench, mine uncle says. I will but wash my face and shift socks, and then have at her, if faith. Mark my pace, Poggio.
Sir, I have seen an ass and a mule trot the Spanish pavin with a better grace. I know not how often.
This idiot haunts me too.
I need no description. The rich Mexico that is below with your father charge, Signor Donado's uncle, for that he means to make this, his cousin, a gold calf. But I hope I have tutored you better. They say a fool's bauble is a lady's playfellow, yet you, having wealth enough, you need not cast upon the dark flesh at any rate.
But see, Putana, see, what blessed shape of some celestial creature now appears? What man is he that with such sad aspect walks careless of himself?
Oh, 'tis your brother, sweet.
Ha!
'Tis your brother.
Sure, 'tis not he. This is some woeful thing, wrapped up in grief, some shadow of a man. Alas, he beats his breast and wipes his eyes, drowned all in tears. Methinks I hear him sigh. Let's down, Putana, and partake the cause.
Lost. I am lost. My fates have doomed my death. The more I strive, the more I love. The more I love, the less I hope. I see my ruin certain. What judgment or endeavours could apply to my incurable and restless wounds, I thoroughly have examined, but in vain. I have even wearied heaven with prayers, dried up the spring of my continual tears, even starved my veins with daily fasts. What wit or art could counsel I have practiced. But alas, I find all these but dreams. 'Tis not, I know, my lust, but 'tis my fate that leads me on. Keep fear and low faint-hearted shame with slaves. I'll tell her that I love her, though my heart were rated at the price of that attempt. Oh me, she comes. If such a thing as courage dwell in men, ye heavenly powers, now double all that virtue in my tongue.
Why, brother, will you not speak to me?
Yes. How do you, sister?
Howe'er I am, methinks you are not well.
Bless us, why are you so sad, sir?
Let me entreat you, leave us a while, Putana.
I will. If this were any other company for her, I should think my absence a credit of some offence, but I will leave them together.
Come, sister, lend your hand. Let's walk together. I hope you need not blush to walk with me. If faith, I mean no harm.
Harm?
No, good faith. How is't with thee?
I trust he be not frantic. I am very well, brother.
Trust me, but I am sick. I fear so sick 'twill cost my life.
Mercy forbid it, 'tis not so, I hope.
I think you love me, sister.
Yes, you know I do.
I know it. Indeed, you are very fair.
Nay, then I see you have a merry sickness.
Such a pair of stars as are thine eyes would, like Promethean fire, if gently glanced, give life to precious stones.
Fie upon you.
The lily and the rose, most sweetly strange, upon your dimpled cheeks do strive for change. Such lips would tempt a saint. Such hands as those would make an anchorite lascivious.
Do you mock me or flatter me?
If you would see a beauty more exact than art can counterfeit or nature frame, look in your glass and there behold your own.
Oh, you are a trim youth.
Here.
What to do?
And here's my breast. Strike home. Rip up my bosom, and there thou shalt behold a heart in which is writ the truth I speak. Why stand you?
Are you earnest?
Yes, most earnest. You cannot love?
Whom?
Me. My tortured soul hath felt affliction in the heat of death. Oh, Annabella, I am quite undone. The love of thee, my sister, have unturned all harmony, both of my rest and life. Why do you not strike?
Forbid it my just fears. If this be true, 'twere fitter I were dead.
True, Annabella. 'Tis no time to jest. I have too long suppressed my hidden flames that almost have consumed me. I have spent many a silent night in sighs and groans, ran over all my thoughts, despised my fate, reasoned against the reasons of my love, done all that smooth-cheeked virtue could advise, but found all bootless. 'Tis my destiny that you must either love or I must die.
You are my brother, Giovanni.
You, my sister, Annabella. I know this, and could afford you instance why to love so much the more for this. To which intent? Why is nature first in your creation meant to make you mine? Else 'had been sin and foul to share one beauty to a double soul. Nearness in birth and blood doth but persuade a nearer in affection. I have asked counsel of the Holy Church, who tells me I may love you, and 'tis just that, since I may, I should, and will, yes, will. Must I now live or die?
Live! Thou hast won. I blush to tell thee, but I'll tell thee now. For every sigh that thou hast spent for me, I have sighed 10. For every tear shed 20. And not so much for that I loved, as that I durst not say I loved, nor scarcely think it.
Let not this music be a dream, ye gods, for pity's sake, bear.
On my knees, brother, even by our mother's dust, I charge you, do not betray me to your mirth or hate. Love me or kill me, brother.
On my knees, sister, even by my mother's dust, I charge you. Do not betray me to your mirth or hate. Love me or kill me, sister.
You mean good sooth then?
In good troth I do. And so do you, I hope. Say I'm in earnest.
I'll swear it, I.
And I. And by this kiss, once more, yet once more. Now let's rise. Come then. After so many tears as we have wept, let's learn to court in smiles, to kiss and sleep.
Signor Donato, you have said enough. I understand you, but would have you know, I will not force my daughter against her will. My care is how much to her is her liking. I would not have her marry for wealth, but for love. And if she like your nephew, let him have her. Here's all that I can say.
Sir, you say well, like a true father, and for my part, I will promise to assure my nephew presently 3,000 florins yearly during life, and after I am dead, my whole estate.
'Tis a fair proffer, sir. Meantime, your nephew shall have free passage to commence his suit. If he can thrive, he shall have my consent. So, for the time, I'll leave you, senor.
Well, here's hope, yes. If my nephew would have wit, but he is such another dunce. I fear he'll never win the wench. Here comes himself. How now, Poggio, whither away so fast?
Oh, uncle, I have heard the strangest news that ever came out of the mint. Have I not, Poggio?
Yes, indeed, sir.
What news, Bogetto?
Why, look you, uncle. My barber just told me that there is a fellow come to town who undertakes to make a mill go without the mortal help of any water or wind, only with sandbags. Is it not true, Poggio?
So the barber swore, forsooth.
And you are running thither?
Forsooth, uncle.
Will thou be a fool still? Come, sir, you shall not go. What wise talk, I pray, had you with Annabella when you were at Signor Florio's house?
Oh, the wench. It's on me, uncle. I tickled her with a rare speech that I made her almost burst her belly with laughing.
Nay, I think so. And what speech was it?
What did I say, Poggio?
Forsooth, my master said that he loved her almost as well as he loved Parmesan, and swore, I'll be sworn for him, that she wanted but such a nose as his was, to be as pretty a young woman as any was in Parma.
Oh, Rose.
Then she said, will Signor Donato, your uncle, leave you all his wealth?
That was good. Did she harp upon that string?
Did she harp upon that string? Aye, that she did. I answered, leave me all his wealth. Why, woman, he hath no other wit. If he had, he should hear on it to his everlasting glory and confusion. I know, quoth I am his white boy, and I will not be gold. And with that she fell into a great smile and went away. Nay, I did fit her.
Ah, sirrah, then I see there's no changing of nature. Well, Bogetto, I feel there will be a very arse still.
I should be sorry for that, uncle.
Come you home with me, since you are no better speaker. I'll have you write to her after some courtly manner, and enclose some rich jewel in the letter.
I marry, that will be excellent.
Peace, innocent. Once in my time I'll set my wits to school. If all fail, 'tis but the fortune of a fool.
Poggio, 'twill do. Poggio.
Come, Annabella. No more sister now, but love. A name more precious. Do not blush. I marvel why the chaster of your sex should think this pretty toy called maidenhead so strange a loss, when being lost 'tis nothing, and you are still the same.
Is well for you. Now you can talk. You are wanton. Tell on it you were best, do.
Thou wilt chide me then. I envy not the mightiest man alive, but hold myself in being king of thee, more great than were I king of all the world. But I shall lose you, sweetheart.
But you shall not.
You must be married, mistress.
Yes. To whom?
Someone must have you.
Now, prithee, do not speak so without jesting. You'll make me weep in earnest.
What you will not. But tell me, sweet, canst thou be dared to swear that thou wilt live to me and to no other?
By both our loves I dare. But didst thou know, my Giovanni, how all suitors seem to my eyes hateful, thou wouldst trust me then.
Enough. I take thy word. Sweet, we must part. Remember what thou vowest. Keep well my heart.
Will you be gone?
I must.
When to return?
Soon.
Look you do.
Farewell.
Go where thou wilt. In mind I'll keep thee here. And where thou art, I know I shall be there. Guardian!
Child, How is it, child? Thank heaven, huh?
Oh, guardian, what a paradise of joy have I passed over.
Nay, what a paradise of joy had you passed under. Why now I commend ye, charge. Fear nothing, sweetheart, let me be your brother. Your brother's a man, I hope, and I say still, if a young one feel the fit upon her, let her take anybody, father or brother or young.
I would not have it known for all the world.
Nor I need, for the speech of the people, else for nothing.
Daughter Annabella?
Oh me, my father. Here, sir, reach my work.
What are you doing?
So let him come now.
Ah, so hard at work. That's well, you lose no time. Look, I've brought you company. Here's one, a learned doctor, lately come from Padua, much skilled in physic, and for that I see you have been lately sick. I entreated this reverend man to visit you sometime.
You are very welcome, sir.
I thank you, mistress. Loud fame and large report had spoke your praise, as well for virtue as perfection, for which I have been bold to bring with me a kinswoman of mine, a maid, for song and music. One perhaps will give content. Please you to know her.
They are parts I love, and she for them most welcome.
Thank you, lady.
Sir, now you know my house. Pray make not strange, and if you find my daughter need your art, I'll be your paymaster.
Sir, what I am, she shall command.
You shall bind me to you. Daughter, I must have conference with you about some matters that concern us both.
I'll wait upon you, sir.
Love's measure is extreme, comfort pain. The life and rest, and the reward disdain. What's here? Look over it again. 'Tis so writes this smooth, licentious poet in his
in rule of
rhymes.
civility, let me give notice on it. I should be taxed of my neglect of duty and service.
What rude intrusion interrupts my peace? Can I be nowhere private?
Thus you wrong your modesty.
What's the matter, Vasques? Who is it?
'Tis I. Do you know me now? Look, perjured man, on her whom thou and thy distracted lust hath wronged. Thy sensual rage of blood hath made my youth a scorn to men and angels. And shall I be now a foil to thy unstated change? Thou know'st, false wanton, when my modest fame stood free from stain or scandal, all the charms of hell or sorcery could not prevail against the honor of my chaster bosom. And shall the conquest of my lawful bed, my husband's death, urged on by his disgrace, my loss of womanhood, be ill rewarded with hatred and contempt? No, Soranzo, I have a spirit doth as much distaste the slavery of fearing thee as thou dost loathe the memory of what hath passed.
Nay, dear Hippolita.
Call me not dear, nor think with supple words to smooth the grossness of my abuses. 'Tis not your new mistress, your goodly madam merchant, shall triumph on my dejection. Tell her thus from me, my birth was nobler, and by much more free.
You are too violent.
You are too double in your dissimulation. Seest thou this habit, these black mourning weeds of care? 'Tis thou art the cause of this, and hast divorced my husband from his life, and me from him, and made me widow in my widowhood.
Will you yet hear?
More of thy perjuries? Thy soul is drowned too deeply in those sins. Thou needst not add to the number.
Then I'll leave you. You are past all rules of sense.
And thou of grace.
Sir, I beseech you, do not perplex her. Griefs, alas, will have a vent. I dare undertake Madam Hippolyta will now freely hear you.
Talk to a woman frantic. Are these the fruits of your love?
They are the fruits of thy untruth, false man. Didst thou not swear, whilst yet my husband lived, that thou wouldst wish no happiness on earth more than to call me wife? Didst thou not vow, when he should die, to marry me? For which the devil in my blood and thy protest caused me to counsel him to undertake a voyage to Leghorn, for that we heard his brother there was dead and left a daughter young and unfriended, whom with much ado I wished to bring him hither. He did so and went, and as thou knowst, died on the way.
Who could help this?
Who? Perjured man, thou couldst, if thou hadst faith or love.
You are deceived.
Do not well, this was not your promise.
I care not. Let her know her monstrous life, ere I'll be so vile to so black a sin. I'll be a curse. Woman, come here no more. Learn to repent and die. For by my honour, I hate thee and thy lust. You have been too foul.
This part has been scurvily played.
How foolishly this beast contempts his fate. My vengeance shall give comfort to his woe.
Mistress, Madam Hippolyta, pray, a word or two.
What is it?
You could not have took my lord in a worse time since I first knew him. Tomorrow you shall find him a new man.
Well, I shall wait his leisure.
Why, this is not a hearty patience. It comes sourly from you. Troth, let me persuade you for once.
I have it, and it shall be so. Thanks, opportunity. Persuade me to what? He will never love me, Vasques. Thou hast been a too trusty servant to such a master, and I believe thy reward in the end will fall out like mine.
So, perhaps, too.
Resolve thyself it will. Vasques, wert thou mine, and would be private to me and my designs, I here protest myself, and all what I can else call mine should be at thy dispose.
Work you that way, old mole, then I have the wind of you. I'm not worthy of it by any desert that could lie within my compass. If I could...
What then?
I should then hope to live in these my old years with rest and security.
Give me thy hand. Now, promise but thy silence, and help to bring to pass a plot I have. And here, in sight of heaven, that being done, I make thee lord of me and mine estate.
Come, you are merry. This is such a happiness that I can neither think nor believe.
Promise thy secrecy, and 'tis confirmed.
Then here I call our good genii for witnesses, whatsoever your designs are, or against whomsoever, I will not only be a special actor therein, but never disclose it till it be effected.
I take thy word, and with that thee for mine. Come then, let's more confer of this anon. On this delicious bane my thought shall banquet, revenge shall sweeten what my griefs have tasted.
Thou seest, my lovely niece, these strange mishaps, how all my fortunes turn to my disgrace, wherein I am but as a looker-on, whilst others act my shame, and I am silent.
But uncle, wherein can this borrowed shape give you content?
I'll tell thee, gentle niece. Thy wanton aunt, in her lascivious riots, lives now secure, thinks I'm surely dead, in my late journey to Leghorn for you, as I have caused it to be rumoured out. Now, would I see with what an impudence she gives scope to her loose adultery, and how the common voice allows hereof. Thus far I prevailed.
Alas, I fear you mean some strange revenge.
Oh, be not troubled. Your ignorance shall plead for you in all but to our business. What? You learn for certain how Signor Florio means to give his daughter in marriage to Soranzo?
Yes, for certain.
But how find you young Annabella's love inclined to him?
For aught I could perceive, she neither fancies him nor any else.
Ah, there's mystery in that, which time must show. She used you kindly?
Yes.
And craved your company?
Often.
'Tis well. It goes as I could wish. But who comes here? Oh, I know him, 'tis Grimaldi. He hopes to get the love of Annabella.
Save you, sir.
And you, sir.
I have heard of your approved skill, which through the city is freely talked of, and would crave your aid. But I would speak in private.
Leave us, cousin.
I love fair Annabella, and would know whether in art there may not be receipts to move affection.
Sir, perhaps there may, but these will nothing profit you.
Not me?
Unless I be mistook, you are a man greatly in favour with the cardinal.
What of that?
Oh, in duty to his grace, I will be bold to tell you, if you seek to marry Florio's daughter, you must first remove a bar twixt you and her.
What's that?
Soranzo is the man that hath her heart, and while he lives, be sure you cannot speed.
Soranzo. What, mine enemy? Is it he?
Is he your enemy?
The man I hate worse than confusion. I will tell him straight.
Nay, then take my advice, even for his grace's sake, the cardinal. I'll find a time when he and she do meet, of which I'll give you notice, and to be sure he shall not scape you. I'll provide a poison to dip your sword's point in, and if he had as many heads as Hydra did, he dies.
But shall I trust thee, doctor?
As yourself, doubt not in aught. Thus shall the fates decree. By me, Soranzo falls that ruined me.
I cannot tell what this letter may work, but as sure as I am alive, if thou come once to talk with her, I fear thou wilt mar whatsoever I make.
You make, uncle? Why, am not I big enough to carry mine own letter, I pray?
I carry a fool's head of thine own. Why, thou dunce, would write thou a letter and carry it thyself?
Yes, that I would, and read it to her with mine own mouth. For you must think, if she will not believe me, myself, when she hears me speak, she will not believe another's handwriting. Oh, you think I am a blockhead, uncle? No, sir. Poggio knows I have indited a letter myself. So I have.
Yes, truly, sir, I have it in my pocket.
A sweet one, no doubt. Pray, let's see it.
Well, I cannot read mine own hand very well. Poggio, read it. Poggio.
Begin.
Most dainty and honey-sweet mistress, I could call you fair and lie as fast as any that loves you. But my uncle being the elder man, I leave it to him. As more fit for his age and the colour of his beard. I am wise enough to tell you I can board where I see occasion, or if you like my uncle's wit better than mine, you shall marry him, or if you like mine, marry me. I will marry you in spite of your teeth. So commending my best parts to you, I rest yours, upwards and downwards, or you may choose. Boggio.
Mwah! Here's stuff, uncle.
Here's stuff indeed to shame us all. Pray, whose advice did you take in this learned letter?
None. Upon my word, but mine own.
And mine, uncle. Believe it, nobody's else. 'Twas mine own brain. I thank a good wit for it.
Get you home, sir, and look you keep within doors till I return.
I'm honest, Poggio.
Peace. Thou hast told a tale whose every word threatens eternal slaughter to the soul. I'm sorry I've heard it. Would mine ears had been 1 minute deaf before the hour thou camest to me. Be thou resolved. Thou art a man, remarked to taste a mischief. Look for it. Though it come late, it will come, sure.
Father, in this you are uncharitable. What I have done, I'll prove both fit and good.
Ah, ignorance in knowledge. Long ago, how often have I warned thee this before?
Your age overrules you. Had you youth like mine, you'd make her love your heaven and her divine.
Nay, then I see thou art too far sold to hell. It lies not in the compass of my prayers to call thee back. Yet let me counsel thee. Persuade thy sister to some marriage.
Marriage? Why, that's to damn her. That's to prove her greedy of variety of lust.
Oh, fearful. If thou wilt not, give me leave to shrive her, lest she should die unabsolved.
At your best leisure, father, then she'll tell you how dearly she doth prize my matchless love. Then you will know what pity 'twere we two should have been sundered from each other's arms.
The more I hear, I pity thee the more. Wouldst thou be ruled?
In what?
Why, leave her yet. The throne of mercy is above your trespass, yet time is left you both.
To embrace each other. Else let all time be stuck quite out of number. She is like me and I like her, resolved.
No more. I'll visit her. This grieves me most. Things being thus, a pair of souls are lost.
Where is Giovanni?
Newly walked abroad, as I heard him say, gone to the Friar.
Ah, a man made up of holiness. I hope he'll teach him how to gain another world.
Fair gentlewoman, here's a letter sent to you from my young cousin. I dare swear he loves you in all his soul. Would you hear sometimes what I see daily? Sighs and tears as if his breast were prison to his heart.
Receive it, Annabella.
Alas, good man.
What's that she said?
And please, she said, alas, good man. Truly, I do commend her to him every night before first sleep, because I would have a dream of him, and she hearkens to that most religiously.
Say so, God of mercy. Putana, there is something for thee. And prithee, do what thou can on his behalf. It shall not be a lost labour. Take my word for it.
Thank you most heartily, sir. Now I have a feeling of your mind. Let me alone to work.
Guardian?
Did you call?
Keep this letter?
Signor Florio, in any case, bid her read it instantly.
Keep it? For what? Pray, read it to me here right.
I shall, sir.
How do you find her inclined, Signor?
Troth, sir, I know not now how, not all so well as I wish I could.
Sir, I am bound to rest your cousin's debtor. The jewel I'll return, for if he love, I'll count that love a jewel.
Mark you that, nay, keep them both, sweet maid.
You must excuse me, indeed I will not keep it.
Where's the ring, that which your mother in her will bequeathed and charged you on her blessing not to give it to any but your husband? Send back that.
My brother in the morning took it from me, said he would wear it today.
Well, what do you say to young Baguetto's love? Are you content to match with him? Speak.
Sir, with your leave, please you to give me freedom?
Yes, you have it.
Signor Donardo, if your nephew mean to raise his better fortunes in his match, the hope of me will hinder such a hope. In short, I'm sure I shall not be his wife.
Why, here's plain dealing. I commend thee for it. And all the worst I wish thee is heavens bless thee. Your father, yet, and I will still be friends. Shall we not, Signor Florio?
Yes, why not? Look, here your cousin comes.
Oh, coxcomb, what doth he make here?
Where is my uncle, sirs?
What is the news now?
Save you, uncle, save you. You must not think I come for nothing, masters. And how? How is it? What? Have you read my letter? Ah, there I tickled you, faith.
But 'twere better you had tickled her in another place.
Sir, sweetheart, I'll tell thee a good jest and riddle what it is.
You say you'll tell me?
As I was walking just now in the street, I met a swaggering fellow would needs to take the wool of me. And because he did trust me, I very valiantly called him rogue. He hereupon bade me draw. I told him I had more wit than so, but when he saw that I would not, he did so maul me with the hilts of his rapier that my head sunk whilst my feet capered in the kennel.
Was ever the like ass seen?
And what did you do all this while?
Laugh at him for a goal, till I saw the blood run about mine ears, and then I could not choose but find in my heart to cry, till a fellow with a broad moustache, they say is a new-come doctor, called me into his house and gave me a plaster. Look you, here it is. And sir, there was a young wench washed my face and hands most excellently. I'faith, I shall love her as long as I live for it. Is she not, Poggio?
Yes, and kissed him too.
Why, la now, you think I tell a lie, uncle? I warrant.
Would he that beat thy blood out of thy head had beaten some wit into it? I fear thou never will have any.
Oh, uncle, but there was a wench would have done a man's heart good to have looked on her. By this light, she had a face, methinks, worth 20 of you, Mistress Annabella.
Was there ever such a fool born?
I'm glad she liked you, sir.
Are you so? By my troth, I thank you, forsooth.
Sure, it was the doctor's niece that was last day with us here.
'Twas she. 'Twas she.
How do you know that simplicity?
Why, does he not say so? If I should have said no, I should have given him the lie, uncle, and so have deserved a dry beating again. I'll none of that.
A very well, modest, behaved young maid as I'd ever seen.
Is she indeed?
Indeed she is, if I have any judgment.
Well, sir, now you are free. You need not care for sending letters now. You are dismissed. Your mistress here will none of you.
No? Why? What care I for that? I can have wenches enough in Parma for half a crown apiece. Cannot I, Poggio?
I'll warrant you, sir.
Signor Florio, I thank you for your free recourse you gave for my admittance, and to you, fair maid, that jewel I will give you against your marriage. Come, will you go, sir?
Ay, marry I will. Mistress, farewell, mistress. I'll come again tomorrow. Farewell, mistress.
Son, where have you been? What, alone? Alone still? Oh, have not it so. You must forsake this over-bookish humour. Well, your sister hath shook the fool off.
'Twas no match for her.
'Twas not indeed. I meant it nothing less. Soranzo is the man I only like. Look on him, Annabella. Come, 'tis supper time and it grows late.
Whose jewel's that?
Some sweethearts.
Oh, I think.
For a lusty youth. Signor Donato gave it me to wear against my marriage.
But you shall not wear it. Send it him back again.
What? Are you jealous?
That you shall know anon at better leisure. Welcome, sweet night. The evening crowns the day.
Does my uncle think to make me a baby still? No, Poggio. He shall know I have a sconce now.
Hey, let him not bob you off like an ape with an apple.
Spot, I will have the wench, if he were 10 uncles in despite of his nose. Poggio?
Hold him to the grindstone and give not a jot of ground. She hath in manner promised you already.
True, Poggio. And her uncle, the doctor, swore I should marry her.
He swore, I remember.
And I will have her. What's more, did you see the codpiece point she gave me and the box of marmalade?
Very well. And kissed you, that my chops watered at the sight on it. There is no way but to clap up a marriage in hugger-mugger.
I will do it, for I tell thee, Poggio, I begin to grow valiant, methinks, and my courage begins to rise.
Should you be afraid of your uncle?
Hang him, old doting rascal. No, I say I will have her.
Lose no time then.
My lord Soranzo, though I must confess, the proffers that have been made to me have been great in marriage of my daughter, yet the hope of your still rising honours has prevailed above all other jointures. And yet, here she is. She knows my mind. Speak for yourself to her. Come, son, and you the rest, leave them alone.
Sister, be not all woman. Think on me.
Vasques?
My lord?
Attend me without.
Sir, what's your will with me?
Do you not know what I should tell you?
Yes, you'll say you love me.
And I will swear it too. Will you believe it?
'Tis no point of faith.
Have you not will to love?
Not you.
Whom then?
That's as the fates infer.
Of those I'm regent now.
What means you, sweet?
To live and die a maid.
Oh, that's unfit.
Here's one can say that's but a woman's note.
Did you but see my heart, then would you swear?
Oh, that you were dead.
That's true, or somewhat near it.
See you these true love's tears?
No.
Now she winks.
They plead to you for grace.
Yet nothing speak.
Oh, grant my suit.
What is't?
Mistress, to leave those fruitless strifes of wit, know I have loved you long and loved you truly. I'm sick, and sick to the heart.
Help, aqua vitae!
What mean you?
Why, I thought you had been sick.
Do you mock my love?
There, sir, she was too nimble.
To put you out of doubt, my lord, Methinks your common sense should make you understand that if I loved you or desired your love, some way I should have given you better taste. But since you are a nobleman and one I would not wish should spend his youth in hopes, let me advise you to forbear your suit, and think I wish you well, I tell you this.
Why, now I see she loves me.
One word more. If I hereafter find that I must marry, it shall be you or none.
I take that promise.
Oh, my head.
What's the matter? Not well?
I begin to sicken.
Heaven forbid.
Help! Help within there! Ho! Look to your daughter, Signor Florio.
Hold her up, she swoons.
Sister, how do you?
Sick brother, are you there?
Convey her to bed instantly, whilst I send for a physician. Quickly, I say.
Alas, poor child.
My lord?
Oh, Vasques. Now I am doubly undone. Both in my present and my future hopes, she plainly told me that she could not love, and thereupon soon sickened, and I fear her life's in danger. I'll tell thee as we go.
Oh, sir, we are all undone, quite undone, utterly undone and shamed forever. Your sister! Oh, your sister!
What of her? For heaven's sake, speak. How does she?
That ever I was born to see this day.
She is not dead, huh? Is she?
Dead? No, she's quick. 'Tis worse. She is with child. You know what you have done. Heaven forgive you. 'Tis too late to repent now. Heaven help us.
With child? How dost thou know it?
How do I know it? Am I at these years ignorant what the meanings of qualms and water pangs be? Of changings of colours, queasiness of stomachs, pukings, and another thing I could mention. Do not, for her and your credit's sake, spend the time in asking how and which way. 'Tis so. She is quick, upon my word. If you let a physician see her water, you are undone.
But in what case is she?
Prettily amended. 'Twas but a fit, which I soon espied, and she must look for often henceforward.
Commend me to her. Bid her take no care. Let not the doctor visit her, I charge you. Make some excuse till I return. If my father come to her, tell him she's recovered well. Say 'twas but some ill diet. Do you hear, woman? Look you to it.
I will, sir.
And how do you find her, sir?
Indifferent, well. I see no danger. Scarce perceive she's sick, but that she told me she had lately eaten melons, and as she thought, those disagreed with her young stomach.
Did you give her aught?
Oh, an easy surfeit water, nothing else. You need not doubt her health. I rather think her sickness is a fullness of her blood. You understand me?
I do, you counsel well. And once within these few days we'll so order it, she shall be married. Here she know the time. My lord Soranzo, he is the man I mean.
Ah, a noble and a virtuous gentleman.
I'll send once to speak to him straight away tonight.
Soranzo's wise. He will delay no time.
It shall be so.
Good peace be here and love.
Welcome, religious friar. You are one that still bring blessing to the place you come to.
Sir, with what speed I could, I did my best to draw this holy man from forth his cell to visit my sick sister. That with words of ghostly comfort in this time of need, he might absolve her, whether she live or die.
'Twas well done, Giovanni. Thou herein hast shown a Christian's care, a brother's love. Come, father, I'll conduct you to her chamber, and one thing would entreat you.
Say on, sir.
I have a father's deep impression, and wish before I fall into my grave that I might see her married as fit. A word from you, grave man, will win her more than all of our best persuasions.
Gentle sir, all this I'll say, that heaven may prosper her.
Now, if the doctor keeps his word, Soranzo, 20-1, you miss your bride. I know, 'tis an noble act, and not becomes a soldier's valour, but in terms of love, where merit cannot sway, policy must. I am resolved. If this physician play not on both hands, then Soranzo falls.
You are come as I could wish. This very night, Soranzo, 'tis ordained, must be affied to Annabella, and for aught I know, married.
How?
Yet your patience, the place, 'tis Friar Bonaventura's cell. Now, I would wish you to bestow this night in watching thereabouts. 'Tis but a night. If you miss now, tomorrow I'll know all.
Have you the poison?
Here 'tis, in this box. Doubt nothing. This will do it. In any case, as you respect your life, be quick and
I'll speed him.
do. Away, for 'tis not safe you should be seen much here. Ever my love.
And mine to you.
So, if this hit, I'll laugh and hug revenge, and they that now dream of a wedding feast may chance to mourn the lusty bridegroom's ruin. But to my other business, niece Philotis.
Uncle?
My lovely niece, you have bethought you?
Yes, and as you counselled, fashioned my heart to love him. But he swears he will tonight be married, for he fears his uncle else, if he should know the drift, will hinder all, and call his cuz to shrift.
Tonight? Why, best of all. But let me see. Yes, so it shall be. In disguise, we'll early to the friars. I've thought on't.
Uncle, he comes.
Welcome, my worthy cause.
Lass, pretty lass, come, boss lass. Poggio.
Oh, there's hope of this yet. You shall have time enough. Withdraw a little. We must confer at large.
Have you not sweetmeats or dainty devices for me?
You shall have enough, sweetheart.
Sweetheart! Mark that, Poggio. By my troth, I cannot choose but to kiss thee once more for that word. Sweetheart. Poggio, I have a monstrous swelling about my stomach, whatsoever the matter be.
You shall have physic for it, sir.
Time runs apace.
Time's a blockhead.
Be ruled. When we have done what's fit to do, then you may kiss your fill, and bed her too.
I'm glad to see this penance, for believe me, you have unripped a soul so foul and guilty, as I must tell you true, I marvel how the earth hath borne you up. But weep, weep on, these tears may do you good. Weep faster yet, while I do read a lecture.
Wretched creature.
Aye, you are wretched, miserably wretched, almost condemned alive. There is a place, list, daughter, in a black and hollow vault, where day is never seen. There shines no sun, but flaming horror of consuming fires. There is the murderer forever stabbed, yet he can never die. There lies the wanton on racks of burning steel, whilst in his soul he feels the torment of his raging lust.
Mercy, oh mercy!
There stand these wretched things, who have dreamed out whole years in lawless sheets and secret incests, cursing one another. But soft, methinks I see repentance work, new motions in your heart. Say, how is it with you?
Is there no way left to redeem my miseries?
There is, despair not. Heaven is merciful and offers grace even now. 'Tis thus agreed. First, for your honour's safety, that you marry my lord Soranzo. Next, to save your soul, leave off this life, and henceforth live to him.
Me.
Sigh not. I know the baits of sin are hard to leave. Oh, 'tis a death to do it. Remember what must come. Are you content?
I am.
I like it well. We'll take the time. Who's near us there?
Did you call, Father?
Is Lord Soranzo come?
He stays below.
Have you acquainted him at full?
I have, and he is overjoyed.
And so are we. Bid him come near.
My sister weeping, huh? I fear this friar's falsehood.
I will call him.
Daughter,
Father,
are you
I am.
resolved? My Lord Soranzo, here. Give me your hand. For that, I give you this.
Lady, say you too.
I do, and vow to live with you and yours.
Timely resolved. My blessing rest on both. More to be done, you may perform it on the morning sun.
'Tis early night as yet, and yet too soon to finish such a work. Here I will lie to listen who comes next.
We are almost at the place, I hope, sweetheart.
I hear them near, and heard one say, "Sweetheart, 'tis he. Now guide my hand, some angry justice, home to his bosom. Now have at you!"
Ah! Oh! Help! Help! Is a stitch fallen in my guts? Oh, for a flesh tailor! Quickly, Poggio!
What ails my love?
I am sure I cannot pace forward and backward, and yet I am wet before and behind. Lights! Lights! Oh, lights!
Alas, some villain here has slain my love.
Oh, heaven forbid it. Raise up the next neighbors instantly, Poggio, and bring lights. How's it, Bagetto? Slain? It cannot be. Are you sure you're hurt?
Oh, my belly seethes like a porridge pot. Some cold water I shall boil over else. My whole body is in a sweat. That you may wring my shirt, feel here. Why, Poggio?
Here, alas, how do you?
Give me a light. What's here? Oh, blood. Oh, sirs. Signor Donato's nephew now is slain. Follow the murderer with all the haste up to the city. He cannot be far hence. Follow, I beseech you.
Follow!
Tear off thy linen, cause to stop his wounds. Be of good comfort, man.
Is all this mine own blood? Nay then, good night with me. Poggio, commend me to my uncle. Dost hear? Bid him for my sake make much more of this wench. Oh, I am going the wrong way, sure. My belly aches so. Farewell, Poggio.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, dead.
He's dead indeed. 'Tis now too late to weep. Let's have him home. And with what speed we may, find out the murderer.
Oh, my master. My master. My master.
Betrothed? When's the marriage day?
Some 2 days hence.
2 days.
Why, man, I would but wish 2 hours to send him to his last and lasting sleep. And Vasques, thou shalt see I'll do it bravely.
I do not doubt your wisdom, nor I trust you my secrecy. I am infinitely yours.
I will be thine in spite of my disgrace. So soon! Oh, wicked man, I durst be sworn he'd laugh to see me weep.
And that's a villainous fault in him.
No. Let him laugh. I am armed in my resolves. Be thou still true?
I should get little by treachery against so hopeful a preferment as I am like to climb to.
Even to my bosom, Vasques. Let my youth revel in these new pleasures. If we thrive, he now hath but a pair of days to live.
'Tis bootless now to show yourself a child. Signor Donado, what is done is done. Spend not the time in tears, but seek of justice.
I must confess, somewhat I was in fault, that had not first acquainted you what love passed twixt him and my niece. But as I live, his fortune grieves with me as if it were mine own.
Alas, poor creature. He meant no man harm, that I am sure of.
I believe that too. But stay, my masters. Are you sure you saw the murderers pass here?
And it please you, sir, we are sure we saw a ruffian with a naked weapon in his hand, all bloody, get into my Lord Cardinal's Grace's gate. That we are sure of. But for fear of his grace, bless us, we durst go no further.
Know you what manner of man he was?
Yes, sure, I know the man. They say he is a soldier. He that loved your daughter, sir, and please you, 'twas he for certain.
Grimaldi, on my life.
Aye, the same.
The cardinal is noble. He no doubt will give true justice.
Knock someone at the gate.
I'll knock, sir.
Why, how now, friends? What saucy mates are you that know nor duty nor civility? Are we a fit person to be your host? Or is our house become your common inn to beat our doors at pleasure? Oh, your news is here before you. You have lost a nephew, Donado, last night by Grimaldi slain. Is that your business? Well, sir, we have a knowledge on't. Let that be suffice.
In presence of your grace, in thought I never meant Bogetto harm. But Florio, you can tell with how much scorn Soranzo, backed with his confederates, hath often wronged me. I, to be revenged, for that I could not else win him to fight, had thought by way of ambush to have killed him, but was unluckily therein mistook. Else he had felt what late Bogetto did. And though my fault to him were merely chance, yet humbly I submit me to your grace to do with me as you please.
Rise up, Grimaldi. You citizens of Parma, if you seek for justice, know, as nuncio from the Pope, for this offence I here receive Grimaldi into his holiness's protection. He is no common man, but nobly born, of prince's blood, though you, Sir Florio, thought him too mean a husband for your daughter. If more you seek for, you must go to Rome, for he shall thither learn more wit for shame. Burn your dead. Away. Grimaldi, leave him.
Is this a churchman's voice? Dwells justice here?
Justice is fled to heaven and comes no nearer. Soranzo, was it for him? Oh, impudence. Had he not the face to speak it and not blush? Come, Donado, there's no help in this. When cardinals think murders not amiss, great men will do their wills. We must obey, but heaven will judge them for it another day.
Hello everyone. So we're now taking a 10-minute break for an interval. Before you go off to the loo or to grab a drink, I just wanted to bring your attention to the fact that tonight we are using our platform to try and help raise some money for a local theatre called Brookside. The Brookside Theatre is in Romford and it has been a core part of the community, putting on fantastic shows for years. But unfortunately, due to the COVID-19 situation, they've had to close their doors and as a result have lost all of their income. They don't get any grants, they don't get any funding. And for them to be able to reopen their doors once all this is blown over and everyone's come back from their pint at the Winchester, they really need donations. So we've linked the fundraiser in the description box below. It's on Twitter, it's on our Facebook event, and we'll be posting about it again once the stream is done on all of our social medias. Any amount that you can spare would be so appreciated. Thank you, and we'll see you in a few minutes for part 2.
These holy rites performed, now take your times to spend the remnant of the day in feast. Such fit repasts are pleasing to the saints, who are your guests, though not with mortal eyes to be beheld. Long prosper in this day, you happy couple. To each other's joy!
Father, your prayer is heard. The hand of goodness hath been a shield for me against my death. Cheer up, my love, and gentlemen, my friends. Rejoice with me in mirth. This day will crown with lusty cups to Annabella's health.
Oh, torture! Were the marriage yet undone, ere I'd endured this sight, to see my love clipped by another, I would dare confusion, and stand the horror of 10,000 deaths.
Are you not well, sir?
Prithee, follow, wait.
Vasques,
My lord.
reach me that weighty bowl. Here, brother Giovanni, here's to you. Your turn comes next, though now a bachelor. Here's to your sister's happiness and mine.
How now? What noise is this?
Oh, sir, I had forgot to tell you. Certain young maidens of Parma, in honour to Madame Annabella's marriage, have sent their loves to her in a masque, for which they humbly crave your patience and silence.
We are much bound to them, so much the more. As it comes unexpected, guide them in. Thanks, lovely virgins. Now might we but know to whom we have been beholding for this love, we shall acknowledge it.
Yes, you shall know. What think you now?
Hippolita.
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 'Tis she. Be not amazed nor blush, young lovely bride. I come not to defraud you of your man. Perhaps it hath been said that I would claim some interest in Soranzo, now your lord. What I have right to do, his soul knows best. But in my duty to your noble worth, sweet Annabella, and my care of you, here, take Soranzo. Take this hand from me. I'll once more join what by the Holy Church is finished and allowed. Have I done well?
You have too much engaged us.
One thing more, that you may know my single charity. Freely, I here remit all interest I e'er could claim, and give you back your vows. And to confirm, reach me a cup of wine. My lord, Soranzo, in this draught I drink. Long rest to ye. Look to it, Vasques.
Fear nothing.
Hippolyta, I thank you, and will pledge this happy union as another life. Wine there!
You shall have none, neither shall you pledge her.
How?
Know you, mistress she-devil, your own mischievous treachery hath killed you. I must not marry you.
Villain!
Foolish woman, thou art now like a firebrand that hath kindled others and burnt thyself. Troppo sperare inganna. Thy vain hope hath deceived thee. Thou art but dead. If thou hast any grace,
No, monster!
die in charity for shame. This thing of malice, this woman, hath privately corrupted me with promise of marriage, under this politic reconciliation, to poison my lord, while she might laugh at his confusion on his marriage day. I promised her fair, and now have fitted her as just payment in her own coin. There she is. She hath yet, and end thy days in peace, vile woman. As for life, there's no hope. Think not on it.
Heaven, thou art righteous.
Oh, 'tis true. I feel my minutes coming. Had that slave kept promise, oh my torment, thou this hour hadst died. Soranzo, heat above hellfire. Yet ere I pass away, cruel, cruel flames,
take here my curse among you. May thy bed of marriage be a rack unto thy heart, burn blood and boil vengeance. Oh, my heart, my flames intolerable. Mayst thou live to father bastards, may her womb bring forth monsters and die together in your sins. Hated, scorned, and unpitied. Oh, oh.
Was ever so vile a creature?
Well, here's the end of lust and pride.
Fearful sight.
Vasques, I know thee now a trusty servant. Father and friends, we must break up this mirth. 'Tis too sad to feast.
Yeah, hence the body.
Here's an ominous charge. Mark this, Giovanni, and take heed. I fear the event, that marriage seldom good, where the bride banquet so begins in blood.
My wretched wife. More wretched in her shame than in her wrongs to me, hath paid too soon the forfeit of her modesty and life. And I am sure my niece, though vengeance hover, keeping aloof yet from Soranzo's fall, yet he will fall and sink with his own weight. I hear debates already twixt with his wife and him thicken and run to head. She, as 'tis said, slightens his love, and he abandons her. Much talk I hear. Since things go thus, my niece, in tender love and pity of your youth, my counsel is that you should free your years from hazard of these rules by flying hence to fair Cremona, there to vow your soul in holiness, a holy votress.
Uncle, shall I resolve to be a nun?
Aye, gentle niece, and in your hourly prayers, remember me, your poor, unhappy uncle. Hi, to Cremona now, as your fortune leads, your home, your cloister, your best friends, your beads, your chaste and single life shall crown your birth. Who dies a virgin, lives a saint on earth.
Then farewell, world, and worldly thoughts adieu. Welcome, chaste vows, myself I yield to you.
Come, strumpet, famous whore, were every drop of blood that runs in thy adulterous veins a life, this sword, dost see it, should in one blow confound them all. Harlot, rare, notable harlot, must your hot itch and pleurisy of lust, the heyday of your luxury, be fed up to a surfeit, and could none but I be picked out to be cloaked to your close tricks, your belly sports? Now I must be the dad to all that gallimaufry that is stuffed in thy corrupted bastard-bearing womb. Why must I?
Beastly man, why 'tis thy fate. I sued not to thee, for whether I thought your over-loving lordship would have run. Mad on denial, had you lent me time, I would have told you in what case I was, but you would needs be doing.
Whore of whores, darest thou tell me this?
Oh yes, why not? You were deceived in me. 'Twas not for love I chose you, but for honour.
Excellent queen, why art thou not with child?
What needs all this when 'tis superfluous? I confess I am.
Tell me by whom?
A match. You? Why, you are not worthy once to name his name without true worship, or indeed, unless you kneeled to hear another name him.
What was he called? Tell me his name!
You shall never know.
How? Not know it, strumpet? I'll rip up thy heart and find it there.
Do!
I'll hew thy flesh to shreds. Who is't? Thus will I pull thy hair, and thus I'll drag thy lust beleaped body through the dust. Dost thou triumph? The treasure of the earth shall not redeem thee, were there kneeling kings did beg thy life, or angels did come down to plead in tears. It should not all prevail against my rage. Dost thou not tremble yet?
At what? To die? No, be a gallant hangman. I dare thee to the worst. Strike, and strike home. I leave revenge behind, and thou shalt feel it.
Yet tell me, ere thou diest, and tell me truly, knows thy father of this?
No, by my life.
Wilt thou confess, and I will spare thy life?
My life? I will not buy my life so dear.
I will not slack my vengeance.
What do you mean, sir?
Forbear, Vasques, such a damned whore deserves no pity.
Now the gods forfend, and would you be her executioner, and kill her in your rage too? Oh, 'twere most unmanlike. She is your wife. What faults have been done in her past before she married you were not against you, alas!
She shall not live.
Come, she must. You would have her confess the authors of her present misfortunes. I warrant you 'tis an unconscionable demand. And she should lose the estimation that I, for my part, hold of her worth. If she had done it, why, sir, you ought not of all men living to know it. Good sir, be reconciled. Alas, good gentlewoman.
Pish, do not beg for me. I prize my life as nothing. If the man wills need be mad, why let him take it.
Vasques, hearest thou this?
Sir, in any case, smother your revenge. Leave presenting out your wrongs to me. Be ruled as you respect your honour, or you mar all. Sir, if ever my service were of any credit with you, be not so violent in your distractions. You are married now. What a triumph might the report of this give to other neglected suitors. 'Tis as manlike to bear extremities as godlike to forgive.
Oh, Vasques, hadst thou been virtuous, fair, wicked woman, deceitful creature, how hast thou mocked my hopes, and in the shame of thy lewd womb even buried me alive? I did too dearly love thee. Be witness to my words, thy soul and thoughts, and tell me, didst not think that in my heart I did too superstitiously adore thee?
I must confess, I know you loved me well.
And wouldst thou use me thus? Oh, Annabella, be thou assured, whoe'er the villain was that thus hath tempted thee to this disgrace, while he might lust but never loved like me.
These wounds are caused by your words, far deeper than your sword could do.
You not ever take comfort, but I begin to weep myself, so much I pity him. Why, madam, I knew when his rage was overpast what it would come to.
Forgive me, Annabella, though thy youth hath tempted thee above thy strength to folly, yet will I not forget what I should be, and what I am, a husband. In that name is hid divinity. If I do find that thou wilt yet be true, here I remit all former faults and take thee to my bosom.
By my troth, and that's a point of noble charity.
Sir, on my knees.
Rise up, you shall not kneel. Get you to your chamber. See you make no show of alteration, I'll be with you straight.
So, this was somewhat to the matter. What do you think of your heaven of happiness now, sir?
I carry hell about me. All my blood is fired in swift revenge.
That may be, but know you how or on whom? Alas!
I'll make her tell herself, or...
Or what? You must not do so. Let me yet persuade your sufferance a little while. Go to her. Use her mildly. Win her, if it be possible, to a voluntary, to a weeping tune. For the rest, if all hit, I will not miss my mark. Pray, sir, go in. The next news I tell you shall be wonders.
Delay in vengeance gives a heavier blow.
Ah, sirrah, here's work for the nonce. I had a suspicion of a bad matter in my head a pretty while ago. Up and up so quick, and so quickly, too. 'Twere a fine policy to learn by whom. This must be none, and I have thought on it. Oh, who's the way or none? What, crying, old mistress? Alas, alas, I cannot blame you. We have a Lord, heaven help us, is so mad as the devil himself, the more shame for him.
Oh, Vasques, that ever I was born to see this day.
I durst be sworn all his madness is for that she will not confess whose 'tis, which he will know, and when he doth know it, I am so well acquainted with his humour that he will forget all straight.
Do you think so?
I know it, provided that he did not win it to her by force.
Heaven forbid. I know a little, Vasques.
Oh, why should you not? Who else should? Upon my conscience, she loves you dearly, and you would not betray her to any affliction for the world.
Not for all the world, by my faith and troth, Vasques.
'Twere pity of your life if you should, but in this you should both relieve her present discomforts, pacify my lord, and gain yourself everlasting love and preferment.
Dost think so, Vasques?
Nay, I know it. Sure it was some near and entire friend.
Thou wilt stand between me and harm.
It's pity. What else? You shall be rewarded too, trust me.
'Twas even no worse than her own brother.
Her brother Giovanni. I warrant you.
Even he, Vasques, as brave a gentleman as ever kissed fair lady. They love most perpetually.
Brave gentleman indeed. Why, therein I commend her choice better and better. You are sure 'twas he?
Sure, and you shall see he will not be long from her too.
He were to blame if he would, but may I believe thee?
Believe me, I have known their dealings too long to belie them now.
Where are you? There, within, sirs!
How now, what are these?
Oh, you shall know presently. Come, sirs, take me this old damnable hag, gag her instantly, and put out her eyes. Quickly, quickly!
Vasques! Vasques!
Gag her! I say, foot! Do you suffer her to prate? What do you fumble about? Let me come to her. I'll help your old gums, you toad-bellied bitch. Sirs, carry her closely into the coal house and put out her eyes instantly. If she roars, slit her nose. You hear? Be speedy and sure. Why, this is excellent and above expectation. Her own brother. Oh, horrible. But soft. What thing comes next? Giovanni. As I could wish, my belief is strengthened. 'Tis as firm as winter and summer.
Where's my sister?
Troubled with a new sickness, my lord. She's somewhat ill.
Where is she?
In her chamber. Please you, visit her. She's alone. Oh. Your liberality hath doubly made me your servant, and ever shall, ever. Sir, I am made a man. I have plied my due with cunning and success. I beseech you, let us be private.
My lady's brother come, now he'll know all.
Let him know it. I have made some of them fast enough. How have you dealt with my lady?
Gently, as thou hast counselled. Oh, my soul, runs circular in sorrow for revenge. But Vasques, thou shalt know.
Nay, I will know no more, for now comes your turn to know. I would not talk so openly with you. Let my young master take time enough and go at pleasure. He is sold to death, and the devil shall not ransom him. Sir, I beseech you, your privacy.
No conquest can gain glory of my fear.
Pleasures farewell, and all ye thriftless minutes wherein false joys have spun a weary life. To these my fortunes now I take my leave. My conscience now stands up against my lust, with depositions charactered in guilt. Tells me I am lost. Now I confess. O Giovanni, that hast the spoil of thine own virtues and my modest fame. Would thou hast been less subject to those stars that luckless reigned at my nativity.
What's this I hear?
That man, that blessed friar who joined in ceremonial knot my hand to him whose wife I now am, told me oft I trod the path to death, showed me how. Forgive me, my good genius, and this once be helpful to my ends. Let some good man pass this way to whose trust I may commit this paper, double-lined with tears and blood, which being granted, here I sadly vow repentance and a leaving of that life I long have died in.
Lady, heaven hath heard you, and hath by providence ordained that I should be the minister for your behoof.
What are you?
Your brother's friend, the friar. Glad in my soul that I have lived to hear this free confession twixt your peace and you. What would you, or to whom? Fear not to speak.
Is heaven so bountiful? Then I have found more favour than I hoped. Here, holy man. Commend me to my brother, give him that letter. Bid him read it and repent. Tell him that I, imprisoned in my chamber, barred of all company, even of my guardian, which gives me cause of much suspect, have time to blush at what hath passed. Bid him be wise and not believe the friendship of my lord. I must break off. You'll do it?
Be sure I will, and fly with speed. My blessing ever rest with thee, my daughter. Live to die more blessed.
Thanks to the heavens who have prolonged my breath to this good use. Now I can welcome death.
Am I to be believed now? First, marry a strumpet that cast us off away up, and you but to laugh at your horns.
No more, I say, no more.
Cuckold is a goodly tame beast, my lord.
I am resolved, urge not another word. Begone, yet hear you, with the banditti ready to wait in ambush.
Good sir, trouble not yourself about other issues than your own resolution. Remember that time lost cannot be recalled.
With all the cunning words thou canst, invite the states of Parma to my birthday's feast. Haste to my brother rival and his father, entreat them gently, bid them not to fail. Be speedy and return.
Let not your pity betray you till my coming back. Think upon incest and cuckoldry.
Revenge is all the ambition I aspire. To that I'll climb or fall, my blood's on fire.
Father, you enter on the jubilee of my retired delights. Now I can tell you, the hell you oft have trumpeted is naught else but slavish and fond superstitious fear, and I can prove it too.
Thy blindness slays thee. Look there, 'tis writ to thee.
From whom?
Unrip the seals and see. Why'd you change colour, son?
For heaven, you make some petty devil factor twixt my love and your religion-masked sorceries. Where hadst you this?
Thy conscience, youth, is seared, else thou wouldst stoop to warning.
'Tis her hand, I know it, and 'tis all written in her blood. She writes, we are discovered, poxed on our dreams of low faint-hearted cowardice, discovered. Are we grown traitors to our own delight? Confusion takes such dotage. 'Tis but forged. This is your peevish chattering, weak old man. Now, sir, what news bring you?
My lord, according to his yearly custom, keeping this day a feast in honour of his birthday, by me invites you thither. Your worthy father, with the Pope's Reverend Nuncio and other magnificos of Parma, have promised their presence. Will it please you to be at the number?
Yes, tell him I dare come.
You will not miss.
Yet more, I'll come, sir. Are you answered?
So I'll say my service to you.
You will not go, I trust.
Not go? For what?
Oh, do not go. This feast, I'll gauge my life, is but a plot to train you to your ruin. Be ruled, you shall not go.
not go. Stood death, threatening his armies of confounding plagues, with hosts of danger hot as blazing stars. I would be there, not go. Yes, and resolve to strike as deep in slaughter as they all. For I will go.
Go where thou wilt. I see the wildness of thy fate draws to an end, to a bad, fearful end. I must not stay to know thy fall. Well, young man, since no prayer can make thee safe, I leave thee to despair.
Despair or tortured of 1,000 hells, all's one to me. I have set up my rest. If I must totter like a well-grown oak, some under shrubs shall in my weighty fall be crushed to splits. With me, they all shall perish.
You will not fail or shrink in the attempt.
I will undertake for their parts. Be sure, my masters, to be bloody enough and as unmerciful as if you were preying upon a rich booty on the very mountains of Liguria.
We'll make a murder.
Here's gold. Here's more. Want nothing. What you do is noble and an act of brave revenge. I'll make you rich, banditti, and all free.
Hold, take every man a vizard. When you are withdrawn, keep as much silence as you can possibly. You know the watchword, to which be spoken, move not. And when you hear that, rush in like a stormy flood. I need not instruct you in your own profession. In then, your ends of profit and preferment, away.
The guests will all come, Vasques.
Yes, sir. And now let me a little edge your resolution. You see nothing as I'm ready to this great work.
'Tis well. The less I speak, the more I burn, and blood shall quench that flame.
Now you begin to turn Italian. This beside, when my young incestmonger comes, he will be sharp set on his old bit. Give him time enough. Let him have your chamber and bed at liberty. Let my hot hair have law ere he be hunted to his death, that, if it be possible, be posted to hell in the very act of his damnation.
It shall be so. And see, as we would wish, he comes himself first. Welcome, my much-loved brother. Now I perceive you honour me. You are welcome. But where's my father?
With the other states, attending on the nuncio of the Pope, to wait upon him hither. How's my sister?
I must expect my honourable friends. Good brother, get her forth.
You are busy, sir.
Even as the great devil himself would have it. Let him go and glut himself in his own destruction. Hark, the nuncio is at hand. Good sir, be ready to receive him.
Most reverend lord, his grace hath made me proud that you vouchsafe for my house I ever rest your humble servant for this noble favour.
You are our friend, my lord. His Holiness shall understand how zealously you honour St. Peter's vicar and his substitute. Our special love to you.
Signors, to you, my welcome and my ever best of thanks. Pleaseth your grace, walk near.
My lord, we come to celebrate your feast with civil mirth, as ancient custom teacheth. We will go.
Attend his grace there. Signors, keep your way.
Thou art a faithless sister, else thou knowest, malice or any treachery beside would stoop to bent brows. Why, I hold fate clasped in my fist, and could command the course of time's eternal motion. Hadst thou been one thought more steady than ebbing sea, and what, you'll now be honest? That's resolved?
Brother, dear brother, know what I have been, and know that now there's but a dining time twixt us and our confusion. Let's not waste these precious hours in vain and useless speech. I that have now been chambered here alone, barred of my guardian or of any else, am not for nothing at an instant free for fresh access. Be not deceived, my brother, this banquet is a harbinger of death to you and me. Resolve yourself it is, and be prepared to welcome it.
Look up. Look here. What see you in my face?
Distractions and a troubled conscience.
Death, and a swift repining wrath. Yet look. What see you in mine eyes?
Thinks you weep.
I do indeed. These are the funeral tears shed on your grave. These furrowed up my cheeks when first I loved and knew not how to woo. Pray, Annabella, pray. Since we must part, go thou, white in thy soul, to fill a throne of innocence and sanctity in heaven. Pray, pray, my sister.
Then I see your drift. Ye blessed angels guard me.
So say I. Kiss me. If ever after times should hear of our fast-knit affections, though perhaps the law of conscience and of civil use may justly blame us, yet when they know but know our loves, that love will wipe away that rigour, which would in other incests be abhorred. Kiss me again, forgive me.
With my heart.
Farewell.
Will you be gone?
Be dark, bright sun, and make this midday night, that thy gilt rays may not behold a deed, will turn their splendour more sooty than the poets feign their sticks. One more kiss, my sister.
What means this?
To save thy fame and kill thee in a kiss. Thus die. And die by me, and by my hand. Revenge is mine. Honour doth love command.
By your hand.
When thou art dead, I'll give thy reasons for it. For to dispute with thy, even in thy death, most lovely beauty, would make me stagger to perform this act which I most glory in.
Forgive him, heaven, and me my sins. Farewell, brother. Unkind, unkind mercy, great heaven.
She's dead. Alas, good soul. The hapless fruit that in her womb received its life from me, hath had from me a cradle and a grave. I must not dally this sad marriage bed, and all her best bore her alive and dead. Soranzo, thou hast missed thy aim in this. Shrink not, courageous hand. Stand up, my heart, and boldly act my last and greater part.
Remember, sir, what you have to do. Be wise and resolute.
Enough, my heart is fixed. Pleaseth your grace to taste these coarse confections, though the use of such set entertainments more consists in custom than in cause, yet, reverend sir, I am still made your servant by your presence.
And we your friend.
But where's my brother, Giovanni?
Here. Here, Soranzo. Trimmed in reeling blood, that triumphs over death. proud in the spoil of love and vengeance. Fate, or all the powers that guide the motions of immortal souls, could not prevent me.
What means this?
Son, Giovanni.
Shall I be forestalled?
Be not amazed. If your misgiving hearts shrink in idle sight, what bloodless fear of cowardly passion would have seized your senses had you beheld the rape of life and beauty which I have acted? My sister, oh my sister.
What of her?
The glory of my deed darkened the midday sun, made noon as night. You came to feast, my lords, with dainty fare. I came to feast too, but I digged for food in a much richer mine than gold or stone of any value balanced. 'Tis a heart, my lords, in which is mine entombed. Look well upon it. Do you know it?
Strange riddles this.
'Tis Annabella's heart. Why do you not startle? I vow 'tis hers. This dagger's point ploughed up her fruitful womb and left me to the fame of a most glorious executioner.
Why, madman, art thyself? What sayest thou?
For 9 months' space, in secret, I enjoyed sweet Annabella's sheets. 9 months I lived a happy monarch of her heart and her. Soranzo, thou knowest this. Thy paler cheek bears the confounding print of thy disgrace, for her too fruitful womb too soon betrayed the happy passage of our stolen delights, and made her mother to a child unborn.
Incestuous villain.
Oh, his rage belies him.
It does not. 'Tis the oracle of truth. I vow it is so.
I shall burst with fury. Bring the strumpet forth.
I shall, sir.
You, sir! Have you all no faith to credit yet my triumphs? Here I swear by all that I call sacred, by the love I bore my Annabella while she lived, these hands have from her bosom ripped this heart. Is true or no, sir?
'Tis most strangely true.
Oh, cursed man! What have I lived to?
Hold up, Florio. Monster of children. See what thou hast done. Broke thy old father's heart. Is none of you dares venture on him?
Let them! Oh, my father, how well his death becomes him in his griefs.
Inhuman scorn of men. Hast thou a thought to outlive thy murders?
Yes, I tell thee, yes. For in my fists I bear the twists of life. Soranzo, see this heart which was thy wife's. Thus I exchange it royally for thine. And thus, now brave revenge is mine.
I cannot hold any longer. You, sir, are you grown insolent in your butcheries? Have it you.
Come, I am armed to meet thee. Oh.
No, will it not be yet? If this will not, another shall. Not yet. I shall fix you anon. Vengeance! Vengeance!
Welcome, more of you. Whate'er you be, I dare your worst. I can stand no longer. Feeble arms, have you so soon lost your strength?
Now you are welcome, sir. Away, my master's all is done. Shift for yourselves. Your reward is your own. Shift for yourselves.
Way!
You, my lord. See you this? How is't?
Dead. but in death well pleased that I have lived to see my wrongs revenged on that black devil.
The reward of peace and rest be with you, my ever dearest lord and master.
Whose hand gave me this wound?
Mine, sir. I was your first man. Have you enough?
I thank thee. Thou hast done for me but what I would have done else on myself. Art sure thy lord is dead?
Oh, impudent slave, as sure as I am to see thee die.
Ah, death, thou art a guest long looked for. I embrace thee and thy wounds. Oh, my last minute comes. Where'er I go, let me enjoy this grace, freely to view my Annabella's face.
Strange miracle of justice.
Speak, wretched villain, what incarnate fiend hath led thee on to this?
Honesty and pity of my master's wrongs. For know, my lord, I am by birth a Spaniard, brought forth my country in my youth by Lord Soranzo's father, whom, whilst he lived, I served faithfully. Since whose death, I have been to this man as I was to him. What I have done was duty, and I repent nothing, but that the loss of my life had not ransomed his.
Say, fellow, knowest thou any yet unnamed of counsel in this incest?
Yes, an old woman, sometime guardian to this murdered lady.
And what's become of her?
Within this room she is, whose eyes after her confession I caused to be put out, but kept alive to confirm what from Giovanni's own mouth you have heard.
Peace. First, this woman, chief in these effects, my sentence is that forthwith she be ta'en out of the city, for example's sake, there to be burnt to ashes.
'Tis most just.
Be it your charge, Donato, see it done.
I shall.
What for me, if death 'tis welcome?
Fellow, for thee, since what thou didst was done not for thyself, being no Italian, we banish thee for ever, to depart within 3 days. In this we do dispense with grounds of reason, not of thine offence.
'Tis well. This conquest is mine, and I rejoice that a Spaniard outwent an Italian in revenge.
Take up these slaughtered bodies, see them buried, and all the gold and jewels or whatsoever confiscate by the canons of the church we seize upon to the Pope's proper use.
Your gracious pardon. Thus long I lived disguised. To see the effect of pride and lust at once brought both to shameful ends.
What, Richardetto, whom we thought for dead?
So, was it you?
Your friend.
We shall have time to talk at large of all, but never yet incest and murder have so strangely met. Of one so young, so rich in nature's store, who could not say 'tis pity she's a whore?
So, that was a very quick shirt change. No.
What we were all thinking.
She's a whore. Brought to you by recent grads of East 15 Acting School, Central School of Speech and Drama, and Royal Holloway, University of London. Please follow us at Stream the Stage on Twitter for future updates and information about all these incredible actors that joined us here tonight. Very proud of everybody. They done me a huge favour and I cannot thank them enough. Very talented bunch, love them very dearly. Please do remember to donate to the Brookside Theatre fundraiser. That is in the description box for the YouTube. We've put it on for the YouTube. We've put it on Twitter and the Facebook event as well, so you can't miss it. And if you can donate even a tiny bit, anything would be so appreciated to help save a local theatre at a time where the arts are really struggling because of all of the madness that is the coronavirus, COVID-19. And finally, thank you so much for joining us on a Saturday afternoon, and we hope you enjoyed the show and have a lovely evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh, there's tomatoes all over my walls. Oh, hey.